Ito's deadline was midnight. Pay or disappear. I had no choice but to take this car.
Rain-slicked neon blurred past. A bullet shattered the rear window. Kazu didn't flinch naturally. He entered the underground circuit. A dozen cars ahead. But his real opponent filled the rear view. A black sedan with Ito's mark. Past 200. The needle clawed into the red. His knuckles bone white on the wheel. He crossed the line first. Smoke poured from the hood, like a dying breath. But he was free. For now.
The car. It's wounded. But there's something else. A smell. Rust and something older.
His fingers found a hidden latch under the passenger seat. It clicked open like a secret. A racing suit. White silk, now stiff with dried crimson. The name embroidered. Kenji. Beside it, a photograph. A younger Takeshi, arm around a smiling boy. Same name on the trophy.
Kenji, what happened to you? What did I just drive?
7 days before the stolen race, Kazu sat across from a different kind of fear. Ito's penthouse was cold, all glass and bad intentions.
3 million, Kazu. You borrowed it. I expect it back, tonight.
My palms were wet. I'd gambled my father's life on a rigged site.
But I am generous. There's one way out. The Red Comet, Takeshi's unbeatable machine. Bring it to me.
You are joking. That car is a ghost. It killed his son. It's cursed.
Then I'll collect your body instead. Decide.
He left the tower. The city's lights mocking his options. There was no choice. Not really. In his crumbling apartment. The hospital bills stacked like a countdown.
Dad can't last another month. The Red Comet. Maybe its curse is my cure.
That night, he packed a flashlight and a crowbar. The Legend's garage was his only hope. He arrived at the dead of night. The garage was a ghost, overgrown and silent.
This is insane. The Red Comet, the car that killed its own driver. I am about to steal it.
A window shattered like cheap promises. He slipped inside, dust and oil heavy in the air. Under a gray tarp, the silhouette of a beast. He pulled the cover back and held his breath. The Red Comet. Gleaming even in the dark, scars on its doors like old wounds.
No time to admire it. Every second here is a gamble with my life.
He hot-wired the ignition, the engine coughing to life like a wounded lion.
Yes, come on, almost there.
A light snapped on in the main house. 40 meters, closing. He didn't breathe. He drove. Through the door, splintering wood, and into the night. He drove without stopping, straight into the belly of the industrial zone. The underground was waiting.
Every top racer in the city lined up, and I am in a coffin on wheels. No one knows what this car really is, yet.
The flag girl raised a piece of torn silk. Engines screamed. Then she dropped it, and the world ignited. The Red Comet shot forward like a vengeful spirit. Every shift was perfect, every turn a knife edge, then a noise. A metal cough from deep within the engine. The oil pressure gauge trembled into yellow.
Number, not yet. I need this. I need the money. Just hold together a little longer.
The finished banner blazed ahead. Brown smoke curled from the hood vents, but the car didn't slow. It crossed the line, first. But the engine gave one last violent shudder, and the gauges dropped to 0. And in the rear view, like clockwork, a black sedan peeled out from the shadows. Ito's mark, no time for a victory lap. He yanked the wheel, barreled through a service gate, and vanished into the steel maze. He drove until the engine screamed surrender, then pulled into a dead-end dock. The Red Comet panted steam into the night. For a long minute, he didn't move. The race, the chase, it all felt like a fever dream he couldn't wake from.
The car won, but Ito's men will be back. I have to find a way to sell this thing fast.
But first, he needed to know why the engine nearly died. He popped the hood, oil everywhere, then checked under the passenger seat. There, a hidden latch, cold to the touch. He slid the panel back. The racing suit was still there, stiff with old blood. The name Kenji stitched in orange thread, and a photograph. Takeshi, younger, with his arm around a boy holding a trophy, both smiling at a future that never came.
This isn't just a stolen car. It's a grave. and I am the fool who dug it up.
His hands shook, the evidence of a death he couldn't explain. Now a chain around his neck.
What have I dragged into my life? I stole a legend, and now I own its ghost.
Before dawn, he crept the wounded comet into his cramped alley, covering it with torn tarps and old boxes.
Ito's men will tear the city apart looking for this. I've got maybe a day.
Loud banging on the door. Then a voice. No knock, just threat. Kazu, we know you are in there. He slipped out the fire escape, leaving everything behind. The only person he trusted now was a mechanic named Mika. Her garage reeked of oil and stubborn hope. When he pulled the tarp off, Mika froze.
Kazu, tell me you didn't. That's Takeshi's car. The red comet. It killed his son.
I know. I found something inside. Just fix it, Mika. I have to sell it. Tonight.
Sell it? Nobody will touch it. That engine is cursed. It cuts out when you need it most. That's how Kenji died.
Cursed. So everyone knows. I'm driving a ghost story, and Ito's thugs are already on the street.
Outside, a black sedan idled past the garage. The hunt hadn't ended. It had only just begun. He drove the red comet to a chop shop hidden in the industrial maze. The owner refused to open the gate. That car killed Kenji. The owner shouted, "You bring that thing here, you bring death." The gate slammed shut.
Another dead end. Nobody wants this ghost. I am trapped with a curse and a target.
He pulled over and slid beneath the chassis. A magnetic box blinked steadily on the frame.
A tracker. Ito knew every mile. This car was a trap from the very start.
Headlights flooded the alley. Two silhouettes stepped out. Ito's enforcers had found him again. He floored it. Engine misfiring. The comet shot through a narrow gap and vanished into the steel maze.
The curse again. One more cough, and it dies. And so do I.
He hid the car in a freight yard, covering it with a stained tarp. No more hiding. Takeshi, the legend himself. He would drive to him now. No more running. Time to face the ghost. Dawn broke over Takeshi's modest home. The shattered garage door still hung open, a wound unhealed.
Takeshi, I know you are in there. We need to talk about Kenji, about the blood in the car.
There's nothing to talk about. You stole my car. You race it, like a fool. Leave, before I call the police.
I found his racing suit under the seat, stiff with blood, and a photo of you both. You owe me the truth.
You have no right. That suit, that photo. It's all I have left of him. Get out of my house.
Not until you tell me what really happened to Kenji. Ito used me, and now I am dead unless I understand.
Ito, that scum. He's the reason my son is dead, and now you are his puppet. Pathetic.
Takeshi seized Kazu by the collar, his prosthetic grip cold and unyielding. He hurled the younger man out the door.
He knows more. I saw it in his eyes. The grief turned to rage. Ito did something terrible.
The door slammed. But behind it, a legend wept, and Kazu knew he couldn't run from this war anymore. Kazu returned to Mika's shop, his knuckles still raw from the confrontation. He told her everything Takeshi had said.
While you were gone, I dug up the old news. The crash wasn't just an accident. Look at this.
She laid out yellowed articles on the workbench. Kenji Takeshi, dead at 19. Oil pressure failure blamed. The article described a bright young racer. Kenji smiled from the photo. Helmet under his arm, invincible. But the crash photo told another story. Fire and twisted metal. The oil line was clean cut, not ruptured by impact.
That's sabotage. Someone cut the line. The oil pressure dropped just like it did to me.
But the official report blamed driver error. Takeshi tried to fight it, but he lost everything. The syndicate buried it.
So the red comet isn't cursed. It's evidence, and I am the only one who can use it to prove what happened.
Outside, the sun had set. Ito's men were still searching. But now Kazu had something to fight for. This wasn't just a debt. It was a murder. And the car they hunted was the only witness. Night fell hard. Kazu returned to Takeshi's home. The bloodied racing suit clutched in his fist like a verdict.
Open the door. Takeshi, I know about Kenji. I know it was murder, Now you are going to tell me the rest.
The door swung open. Takeshi's eyes fell on the crimson-stained suit, and his hardened shell cracked.
Kenji, that suit. You don't understand. I let you steal the car. I needed someone to lead Ito into the open.
You used me? I could have died a dozen times. What is this car really?
It's a weapon. A hidden data recorder is embedded in the dashboard. It has proof Kenji's oil line was cut by Ito's order.
Takeshi's voice dropped to a rasp. The recorder had been waiting for years, needing a race to activate its transmission protocol.
So I was bait. And now you want me to race again, to trigger that thing while Ito's entire syndicate is watching.
It's the only way. My son's death becomes justice, and you get your debt erased. They'll never stop hunting you otherwise.
The small black recorder sat between them, a heartbeat of pending revelation. Kazu was no longer a thief. He was the ignition key to a war. Takeshi led Kazu through the dark garage to a hidden workshop. Tools gleamed under a single bulb.
The oil line needs a custom fitting. My son designed it. Only I know how to fix it.
His prosthetic hand moved with mechanical precision, old muscle memory guiding the wrench. Kazu watched, then reached for a socket wrench. An ancient laptop flickered on the bench. Takeshi pulled up the race circuit map, the Syndicate's Grand Prix route through the mountain pass.
The recorder activates only when the engine hits 9,000 revolutions per minute on the final straight. That's 6 miles of no second chances.
6 miles without the engine cutting out. 6 miles with every racer gunning for me. It's a suicide run.
My beef isn't with you, kid. But if you want out, walk now. I'll find another way.
Number, Ito owns me anyway. At least this way I die for something. I'll race.
The pact was sealed, in grease and grit. Takeshi handed him a scarred helmet. Kenji's old helmet, engine oil dripped onto the concrete. Outside, the Syndicate's network had already flagged the Red Comet's reappearance. Time was bleeding away. Kazu's phone buzzed with an unknown message. The video showed Mika bound and gagged, a gun pressed to her head.
Throw the Grand Prix tonight, or I put a bullet in her. You have 1 hour.
The screen went black. Then a live call. Rio's cybernetic eye gleamed with hunger.
Hope you are ready to lose. Thief. I buried Kenji. Don't make me bury her too.
Takeshi stood in the doorway, reading the terror on Kazu's face. He already knew.
They have Mika. If I don't throw the race, she dies. I can't trade her life for justice.
Then we find another way. I won't let another innocent die for my son.
The data recorder blinked on the bench. Its silent pulse felt like a countdown. Takeshi's hand rested on his son's helmet. For the first time, the old racer looked small. 2 choices, both paved with blood. The clock ticked toward the Grand Prix. In the cold workshop, Kazu sat motionless. Guilt and terror waged war on his face.
Kid, I've got a way. We rig the recorder to send the moment you cross the line. 1 second before victory. The data fires, the cops swarm, and Ito won't have time to hurt her. But you have to win.
Win against Ryo with a sabotaged car? If I fail even a second, Mika's dead.
My son designed this engine. I rebuilt it. Trust me. Trust him. There's no room for fear now.
Takeshi's prosthetic hand clamped down on Kazu's shoulder. The old mechanic's eyes blazed.
If she dies, it's on me. But if I don't try, Ito wins forever. I won't let him bury another innocent.
He wiped his eyes and grabbed the helmet. No more words, only the engine waiting. Takeshi loaded the final software patch into the recorder. The trap was set. 1 choice made. 1 race to run. Both lives hung on a wire-thin plan. Takeshi led Kazu out of the cold garage and into his cramped living room. A worn armchair, a dusty trophy shelf, and a lifetime of ghosts.
You've seen the photo. That boy, smiling with the trophy. He had no idea the world would crush him. But he never lost hope.
Takeshi's voice cracked as he described the night Kenji found the cut oil line. He was going to expose the Syndicate. 2 days later, he was dead. He pulled a small silver keychain from the drawer. A miniature red comet, weathered and scratched. Kenji's lucky charm.
He'd want you to have it. For luck. And for what it meant to him. Never let them bury the truth.
This thing, it carried a dead boy's dreams. Now it has to carry mine too. No pressure. I'll make sure this flag flies at the finish line. I won't let his death go to waste.
For a moment, they didn't speak. Just two men, bound by a boy's memory and a machine that had killed him.
Rest for an hour. Then we ride. The mountain pass won't forgive a single mistake.
Kazu didn't sleep. He sat by the window, watching the stars fade, the weight of a race and a life cupped in his hand. The Grand Prix Stadium blazed under floodlights. 30,000 hearts beat as one. At the center, the red comet rolled into position. In the VIP booth, Ito watched through thin glasses. His lips curled, a wolf at the edge of a kill. Beside him, Rio's Black Spectre sat idling. The cyborg racer revved once, a mechanical scream.
Last chance to walk away. Thief. This mountain pass is my altar. I've sacrificed better than you. No words. Just grip the wheel. Kenji's charm pressed against my chest. Mika's life. Takeshi's son. All counting on me.
The green light detonated. 26 cars launched into the neon night. Rio swerved instantly, cutting off Kazu's nose by inches. Metal kissed metal. The black car's rear camera flashed a mocking message. Too slow.
He's playing, trying to rattle me. But I've got one advantage. I know this car's real purpose.
They plunged into the mountain pass. The real war was just beginning. The mountain pass coiled like a serpent. Ryo blocked every line, spraying oil to blind Kazu's windshield.
He's fighting dirty, but the red comet holds. Takeshi's son knew what he was doing. You are persistent. Thief. But this mountain has eaten legends. Let me show you why.
Ryo's car slammed sideways, pushing the red comet into the steel barrier. Sparks screamed off the door.
He's trying to break my nerve, but I've been broken before. There's nothing left to fear.
The road snaked left, then opened wide. 6 miles of raw asphalt carved into the rock.
This is it. The only place I can hit 9,000 revolutions per minute. The moment of truth.
Ahead, Ryo's exhaust flamed blue. The hunter had become the gatekeeper.
You think you can pass? I'll weld you to the guardrail if you come alongside.
Kazu ignored him. His thumb found the hidden switch beneath the dash. One push would unleash the nitro, and the truth. His thumb pressed down. The hidden switch clicked, and the red comet snarled. Nitro flames erupted from the exhaust. The tachometer needle screamed past 9,000.
Now, upload everything to Takeshi's recorder. Tell the world what Ito did.
The car shuddered as the data stream began. A blinking green light on the dash confirmed the transmission. Ryo's cybernetic eye flared. He wrenched his wheel, slamming his car into the red comet's rear quarter. The red comet fishtailed, tires howling. For a heartbeat, Kazu looked into the abyss of a cliff edge.
Not like this. Kenji's charm. Don't fail me now. I have to steer out.
He caught the slide, correcting with a brutal downshift. The red comet straightened, missing the guardrail by inches. The green light still blinked. Data was still sending. But Ryo regrouped, his black machine positioned for another strike. 2 miles to the finish. The upload bar on the dash display was at 70%, not fast enough. Ryo's engine roared again. His car weaved, then swung like a hammer into the red comet's side.
He's trying to kill me this time. The wheel's fighting back.
The red comet spun. Tarmac gave way to gravel as it slid off the road, tires churning dust.
This is the end. No, I won't let it end like this. Kenji, give me your luck.
He didn't fight the slide. He used it. Whipping the tail around on the dirt shoulder, the red comet shot back onto the asphalt, inches ahead of Ryo's gaping intake.
Impossible. You are just a gutter rat. How dare you pass me?
Now, Kazu was in front. The finish banner glowed in the distance. But the engine coughed. Oil seeped from the earlier damage. Warning lights bathed the cockpit in red.
90% uploaded. Just keep spinning, you cursed engine. Don't you dare quit now.
The checkered flag waved. The red comet shrieked past, its pistons hammering a death rattle.
Done. Upload at 100%. Now, just give me 10 more feet. You cursed, beautiful beast.
It crossed the line, first. Then the engine seized solid, a plume of smoke shrouding the finish in gray. At that instant, every police frequency crackled with the evidence. Cut oil lines, voice recordings, a premeditated murder. Sirens erupted. 30,000 fans fell silent as the stadium lights swirled red and blue into chaos. Ito's grin died. He scrambled from his glass booth, but 2 officers were already blocking the corridor.
You can't do this. I own this city.
The handcuffs clicked. In that cold sound, his entire empire crumbled to dust. Ryo was hauled from his cockpit, his cybernetic implant sparking as he screamed curses at the sky. The scoreboard flashed, K's, Kazu, but the red comet was silent, its driver motionless at the wheel. The truth was free. Kazu staggered from the smoking cockpit. Police radios crackled the factory address. He didn't wait for a medic. He just ran. The abandoned factory reeked of rust and fear. In a corner, bound to a chair, Mika looked up with tear-streaked hope.
Kazu, I heard it on the guard's radio. You won. You actually won.
He cut the ropes. She collapsed into him, her heartbeat a frantic drum against his chest.
She's safe. That's all that mattered. Everything else was worth it.
For a long moment, neither spoke. The terror of the night drained away, leaving only exhaustion and a fragile peace. A figure appeared at the entrance. Takeshi. He walked past them, toward the bullet-riddled red comet outside.
It's over, Kenji. Finally over.
His mechanical hand rested on the scarred door, and the old racer wept, the tears he'd held for years, finally released.
The curse wasn't the car. It was the secret. And tonight we broke it together.
Days bled into weeks. The Syndicate's trial dominated every screen. Takeshi's name was finally cleared of the stain. Kazu drove the red comet one last time. Its engine hummed, rebuilt by Mika's tireless hands. The bullet holes were gone. He pulled into the garage. Takeshi stood at the entrance, his mechanical arm resting on a crate.
It's time this came home. I am sorry it took so long.
You gave me something I thought was lost forever. The truth, my son's honor.
Their hands clasped, flesh and metal. No anger left. Only a bridge built from sacrifice and speed.
Kenji's charm. I'll keep it, if that's okay. It got me through the worst turns.
He'd be proud it carried you. Thank you, Kazu, for becoming the driver I needed.
The red comet sat behind them, finally at rest. No longer a curse, just a classic, just a son's dream. 2 men, one scarred by loss, one by debt, stood in the quiet. The war was over, only the road remained. He walked out of the garage for the last time. No stolen engine, no hidden fear. Just his own 2 feet on familiar asphalt.
The debt was gone. Takeshi had seen to that. For the first time in years, I owed nothing.
He visited the hospital, where his father smiled from a clean bed. The bills were 0. The future open. That night, he stood on a rooftop, the city sprawling beneath a bruised sky.
I used to think speed was the answer, but the real victory was slowing down enough to see the road.
A silver comet charm dangled from his wrist, catching the last light. The first colors of dawn bled into the horizon, pink and gold, like the red comet's paint. He didn't know where he was going, but for the first time, he wasn't running. The road stretched forward, unwritten, and Kazu walked into the morning.